When times get tough, the job of the police Coast Guard officers also gets tougher. Contraband cigarette smugglers and illegal immigrants who are desperate for jobs are increasingly willing to bear the risk of crossing over the Singapore sea border illegally. What you just saw was a simulation of how the coastal patrol crafts will be deployed to fight intrusion into the Singapore territorial water. Usually, the coastal patrol crafts will work in pairs, rounding out ships that carry illegal immigrants and smugglers. In the past year, 245 of such suspicious crafts have been chased away. That is more than 3 times the number of attempted intrusions seen in 2007. Police said one reason for the increase is the recession that kicked in last year. In the first 6 months of this year, 143 illegal crafts have already been intercepted at sea. To keep the hit on would-be smugglers and possible maritime terror threats, the Coast Guard are beefing up their capabilities. They launched 10 new generation Shark-class ships, which carry an automated, remote-controlled 25mm gun. This can be controlled and fired from the ship's bridge. The new crafts are meant to build a stronger ring of defense along the Singapore coastline. Larger and faster, these crafts' high-tech surveillance capability can track multiple intruders with higher accuracy. Although each craft costs $17 million, Deputy Prime Minister and Home Affairs Minister said it's a worthwhile investment, as these are indispensable assets in the fight against terrorism.
If smugglers who bring in cigarettes or illegal immigrants can come in, then we can safely assume that those with ill intent, like terrorists, other kinds of criminals, may also want to come in and can attempt to come in. And other kinds of contrabands can also be smuggled into Singapore, for example, like explosives.
The new coastal patrol crafts were used in yesterday's exercise North Star 7 near Sentosa Island. They were used to corner mock terrorists that were trying to enter Singapore in hijacked sampans. The exercise was a simulation of last November's Mumbai terror attack, which claimed the life of a Singaporean. But any technology can only be as effective as its human operators. So $29 million has been invested in this state-of-the-art training center at Brani Base. It may look like a giant playground for video game fanatics, but this firing simulation trainer allows officers to train under realistic scenarios of different sea states, weather conditions, and threat levels. Officers can also practice their marksmanship using different weapons. In the next part, we'll bring you on board this new Shark-class coastal patrol craft. Check out its new features and find out why it's more powerful than its predecessor.